European University Cyprus is a leading international university which stands apart for its high academic values, its high-tech campus, and its commitment to the wider community. With a significant regional presence, it has distinguished itself in academic excellence and scientific research, with an impressive rate of growth. Times Higher Education World University Rankings place European University Cyprus among the top universities in the world. While QS Top Universities give European University Cyprus a 5-star rating for its overall performance. Highly interconnected with the economy and society, the university is a hub of entrepreneurial innovation and social engagement. Its auditoriums host globally acclaimed personalities, and its lecture halls welcome world-class academics. Committed to an international growth strategy, European University Cyprus has expanded its presence in the heart of Europe with the establishment of the School of Medicine in Frankfurt. Take one step forward onto the unfolding path of your future. European University Cyprus will give you the knowledge and the power to begin that journey. European University Cyprus, empowering greatness.
Good evening all. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of the academic and administrative community of the European University. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you this evening to the ceremony for the Awards of Excellence in Research and Teaching, the latter in memory of Dr. Mary Eleftheriadou for the academic year 2026. One of the main objectives of our university is to promote excellence in teaching and research, as well as to create the appropriate conditions for the economic and cultural development for the local and European society. Research and teaching are the main pillars of our university's strategy for differentiation and distinction in the global map of university education. Tonight's event confirms once again that the European University is progressing and enhancing its prestige both nationally and internationally, recognizing and rewarding the excellence demonstrated by its faculty members in research and teaching. I would like to invite now the rector of the university, Professor Andreas Evstathiou, to give his welcome speech for this evening event. Professor Evstathiou.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable President of the Council, Honorable Chief Scientist of Research, Innovation and Technology, distinguished Vice Rectors, distinguished guests, dear colleagues. It is both a great pleasure and a true honor to welcome you this evening to the European University Cyprus and to address you on the occasion of the 2026 Awards for Excellence in Research and Teaching. This special ceremony brings us together to celebrate achievement, dedication, and the pursuit of excellence that defines our academic community. Allow me to note that the Teaching Awards are presented in memory of Dr. Mary Eleftheriadou, who served with distinction as Dean of the School of Sciences at our university. We honor her legacy through this recognition of outstanding teaching. Over the past 5 years, the Awards for Excellence in Research and Teaching have become an important institution at our university. Through them, we recognize colleagues who have demonstrated exceptional performance in both research and teaching, colleagues whose work has significantly advanced academic excellence within our institution. At European University Cyprus, our mission is clear: to provide high-quality education to students from across the world, to advance impactful research and innovation in collaboration with leading international partners, and to contribute meaningfully to society. Our university has made remarkable progress since its founding more than 60 years ago. Today, an increasing number of our faculty and researchers collaborate with scientists at some of the world's leading universities. Our academics lead and participate in major research projects funded by the European Commission, the Research and Innovation Foundation here in Cyprus, and other prominent organizations. Over the past decade, our research activity has grown at an average annual rate of 20 to 30%, resulting in a tenfold increase in external research funding and in publications in peer-reviewed journals. As a result of this progress, our university is now included in prestigious international rankings, such as the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. This achievement is a significant milestone, one that enhances the prospects of both of our current and future students. At the same time, strong international recognition strengthens our ability to attract new talent, not only to our university, but to Cyprus as a whole, and sets the foundation for further growth and success. We are also pleased that our university has recently become one of the spokes of the Knowledge Transfer Office of the Research and Innovation Foundation. This development will further support our efforts to translate research into innovation, to commercialize outcomes, and to foster the creation of new enterprises in Cyprus. Allow me also to highlight a few of our recent accomplishments. This year, we reached a new record in student enrollment exceeding 13,000 students. Last year, we launched our School of Veterinary Medicine, housed in a state-of-the-art new facility in our Nicosia campus. We have recently embarked on an exciting journey with our partners through the European Universities Alliance Sunrise, and we proudly celebrated the first graduates of the International Digital Economy College, which we operate in collaboration with Minjiang University in China. We are equally proud that 4 years ago, our university began offering its medical program at our branch campus in Frankfurt, Germany, marking the first time a Cyprus-based university has delivered degree programs abroad. This is a milestone of great significance for our institution and for Cyprus higher education more broadly. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate excellence this evening, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to all our colleagues who are being honored tonight. Your achievements inspire us all, and we wish you continued success in your academic journeys. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to everyone who contributed to the organization of this wonderful ceremony this evening. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Professor Evstathiou. It is now a pleasure to invite the Honorable Mr. Dimitrios Skouridis, Chief Scientist of Research, Innovation and Technology, to come to the floor for his address.
Good afternoon, distinguished rector, distinguished vice rectors, honorable chairman, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is simply not a ceremony. Tonight is a celebration of human curiosity, perseverance, and possibility. Tonight is a celebration of what can happen in the future. It is a celebration of the people who choose to dedicate their lives to discovery, the people who ask the difficult questions when answers do not exist, the people who work quietly, persistently, and often invisibly to advance knowledge for the benefit of humanity. And in many ways, that is the true power of research. Research is the quiet force that changes the destiny of nations. Behind every scientific breakthrough is often a story very few people ever see. The doctoral student repeating the same experiment for the 15th time, the researcher staying in the laboratory long after midnight, The young scientist wondering whether years of work and effort will ever produce results. The academic choosing persistence despite rejection, uncertainty, and failure over and over again. Progress is often born in these invisible moments of resilience. And throughout history, it has always been researchers, scientists, educators, visionaries who help us move humanity forward. The medicines that save lives, the technologies that connect the world, the systems that protect societies, the discoveries that redefine what is possible, all began when someone was willing to research and search for answers. This is why this afternoon matters. Because tonight, we recognize individuals who are not only advancing science, they are helping shape the future of Cyprus and contributing to the very future of the world. For thousands of years, Cyprus stood at the crossroad of civilizations. Today, we have the opportunity to stand at the crossroad of knowledge, innovation, and discovery. In a world increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence, biotechnology, advanced computing, space technologies, digital transformation, and many others, nations will no longer be defined solely by size or geography. They will be defined by their ability and persistence to generate knowledge, to attract talent, to transform research into impact, to innovate faster, to adapt faster, and to empower the next generation of thinkers, of builders, of dreamers, and creators. Research creates resilience. Research creates competitiveness. Research creates sovereignty. Research creates opportunity. And ultimately, research creates the future. And this is why the work taking place here across the European University of Cyprus is so important. The European University of Cyprus has become a beacon of scientific excellence, intellectual leadership, research ambition, fueling our country. The numbers we have seen before are self-evident and also show the remarkable progress that is being achieved. It demonstrates something profoundly important, that excellence is not determined by the size of a nation. It is determined by the vision, the discipline, the courage, the belief, and the persistence to go the extra mile. And tonight's awards reflect exactly that spirit. I would like to warmly congratulate the European University of Cyprus for continuing to recognize these excellences, the awards across research, science, education, and academic achievements. The recognition of the young researcher sends a powerful message to our society that scientific excellence matters, that ideas matter, that discovery matters, and that those who dedicate themselves to advancing human knowledge deserve to be celebrated. Not just today, but for the work they continue to do, and this is just the beginning. The recognition of women researchers at the early stages of their careers is equally important because the future of science, innovation, and technology must fully reflect the talent, creativity, and leadership of all humanity. When we empower women in research, we strengthen not only science, we strengthen the future itself. And tonight's educational award also are very deeply meaningful because behind every successful researcher stands another transformative force, that of education. Teachers, mentors, supervisors, academic leaders, and the entire support system. The individuals who inspire curiosity, cultivate confidence, and shape the minds that will go on to change the world. Education and research are inseparable pillars of national progress. Ladies and gentlemen, as chairman of the Research Innovation Foundation, I have the privilege of witnessing firsthand the extraordinary transformation taking place across the Cypriot research innovation ecosystem, across institutions, across the European University of Cyprus. The Research Innovation Foundation is simply not just funding projects. We are investing belief into people, belief that ideas born in Cyprus can shape global industries, belief that researchers from this island can lead internationally, belief that science and innovation can become defining forces of our national future. The Research Innovation Foundation exists to help create conditions where talents can thrive, where researchers are empowered not only to publish papers, but to create impact, to commercialize innovation, to build startups, to collaborate internationally, to transform laboratories into platforms for societal and economic progress. We are building bridges between academia and industry, between science and entrepreneurship, between local talent and global opportunity. And what inspires me the most is the mindset emerging across our ecosystem, a mindset of ambition, a mindset that no longer asks whether Cyprus can compete globally, but how far can Cyprus lead? Because let us be clear, the future will not only belong to the largest nations, the future will belong to societies that can move faster, learn faster, collaborate faster, believe into each other faster, and empower talent more effectively than anyone else. And Cyprus, I can assure you, has the talent to do exactly that. To the researchers here tonight, never allow geography to define the scale of your ambition. Some of the world's most important discoveries will come from individuals who refuse to believe that excellence belongs only to larger nations. Let your ideas travel beyond borders. Let research shape global conversations. Let your discoveries improve lives across continents. Let Cyprus be known not only for where we are on the map, but where we and what we can contribute to humanity. Because Cyprus does not need researchers who think small. We need researchers bold enough to solve problems the world has not solved yet, bold enough to challenge assumptions, bold enough to build globally, bold enough to lead. The world is entering one of the greatest technological transitions in human history. Artificial intelligence, advanced healthcare, quantum systems, climate technology, space innovations, and many others are reshaping economies and societies at extraordinary speed. The nations that invest in science, in talent, in education, and innovation today will help us define the world we will see and live in tomorrow. And Cyprus must be amongst them. But none of this happens alone. Progress is always collective. Innovation systems and ecosystems are built through trust, collaboration, partnerships, and shared purpose. This is why collaboration between universities, researchers, industries, government, investors, and institutions is so critical and important. Because when ecosystems align, transformation accelerates. To all the award recipients this afternoon, you inspire us. Celebrate every day, set your ambitions high, and always understand that you remind us that behind every publication, every experiment, every algorithm, every prototype, every thesis, every breakthrough is an individual who chose perseverance over comfort and purpose over convenience. Science is not easy, research is not easy, innovation is not easy, but progress belongs to those who continue. And perhaps one day, somewhere in the future, all of us will live to see these remarkable stories. That is the power of research. That is the power of science, and that is the future we're building together. Let me stop here by saying thank you very much, and I wish you a great journey ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Skouridis. Now I call Professor Loizos Simeou, Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, to address the audience.
Good evening, distinguished colleagues, distinguished guests. Another year here for awarding the Teaching and Research Awards of European University Cyprus. I take the responsibility as the Vice Rector of Academic Affairs to present the awards referring to teaching. Our office is requested every year, is expected every year to announce this call. This takes place sometime in fall semester, and there's a deadline for submission for awarding 2 awards. in teaching excellence. The teaching awards are announced in memory of Mary Eleftheriadou, the former Dean of the School of Sciences, as you heard by our rector previously. These awards refer to our academics' teaching performance, not only faculty, but also special teaching personnel of European University Cyprus during the preceding academic year. Each award comprises of financial support for the awardees' professional development activities. Nominations may be done either by self-nomination, by peer nomination, or by student nomination. For the student nominations, we need 5 students to endorse the nomination. Usually we have student nominations and peer nominations. Very, very rarely self-nominations. Our academic staff is very modest to express their being relevant to receiving this award. We do want to see more nominations of the self-nominations. It's good when you have self-knowledge that you do for such an award. So please consider that in the following years, dear colleagues. After that, when we receive the nominations, there's a teaching awards panel, which is responsible to evaluate the nominations. And this panel is consisting of the rector of the university, the vice rector of academic affairs, as well as one student representative that is nominated by the student union, as well as 2 external academics. For this year, our external academics were Professor Yannis Manolopoulos of the Open University of Cyprus. Unfortunately, he was not able to attend tonight's event. And Professor Konstantinos Felas, the Executive Vice Rector at the University of Nicosia, who is among us tonight and who will be nominated, who will be also awarding one of the awards. What follows then? The panel sits and reviews the nominations. This year we had 5 nominations in total, and we invite the nominees for a short presentation of their teaching profile, why they have been nominated, with the award panel together, and are asked to, apart from presenting, to answer some questions that relate to their candidacy. So every year, nominees are judged on the criteria described in the relevant internal regulation of European University Cyprus. So this is a procedure, and I will now announce the 2 colleagues from European University Cyprus, from our university, that have been awarded the 2024-2025 awards. Very happy to do so. The 2 colleagues that receive the teaching awards for 2024-2025 are Dr. Ioannis Alatsathianos and Dr. Konstantinos Drousos, who are with us tonight. Congratulations. Dr. Ioannis Alatsathianos is a lecturer in epidemiology and biostatistics at the School of Medicine at our branch in Frankfurt, where he also serves as the program coordinator for the Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. Since 2016, he has been teaching and coordinating medical and biomedical courses in higher education, including epidemiology, biostatistics, research methods, and medical informatics. Holding a PhD from Athens Medical School and having served as a visiting scientist at Dartmouth's Giesel School of Medicine, the panel decision notes that Dr. Ioannis Alatsathianos brings to his teaching a wealth of research experience, clinical trials expertise, and innovative artificial intelligence tools, a field in which he actively participates in ongoing research projects. The panel decision also stresses that his dedication to learning and teaching is driven by, as the panel notes, a vision to academic excellence and scientific competence for the next generation of students who will go on to make their mark on the world. I call to give the award to the floor Dr. Christoforos Hadjikyprianou, President of the Council and CEO of EUC, and our panelist, Professor Konstantinos Fellas, Executive Vice Rector of the University of Nicosia, Chair of the Cyprus National Bioethics Committee, and the Board of Directors of the Human Resource Development Authority of Cyprus, as well as the Cyprus National Committee on the Well-being of Senior Citizens. So, Dr. Alathasianos, the floor is yours. The floor is yours. Congratulations.
Αξιότιμα μέλη της ακαδημαϊκής κοινότητας και αγαπητοί συνάδελφοι. Είναι τεράστια η τιμή και η χαρά μου για αυτό το βραβείο. Η πιο καταξιωμένη του κλάδου σε ένα πανεπιστήμιο με πολύ υψηλές προδιαγραφές στο διεθνές ακαδημαϊκό τοπίο, η Επιτροπή Βραβείων Διδασκαλίας του EUC, αναγνωρίζει τη θετική επιδραστικότητα της δουλειάς μου στους φοιτητές. Οι φοιτητές του Ευρωπαϊκού, με την εγγραφή τους στο πανεπιστήμιο, επιλέγουν να μάθουν, να διασυνδεθούν με καταξιωμένους επιστήμονες και ακαδημαϊκά ιδρύματα, με σκοπό να διακριθούν στο επιστημονικό τους πεδίο. Καταλήγουν στην επιλογή σχολής, ύστερα από αναστοχασμό πάνω στην κλίση τους, το κίνητρο για σε βάθος μάθηση και την εύλογη πεποίθησή τους ότι θα γίνουν οι καλύτεροι στο είδος τους. Βασισμένοι σε αυτή την επιλογή τους, έχουν δικαίως προσδοκίες από το διδάσκοντα κάθε μέρα και για κάθε διάλεξη. Καθώς το κίνητρό τους πηγάζει από τη συνειδητοποίηση ότι ήρθαν να μάθουν, να εξελιχθούν και να φύγουν από το αμφιθέατρο σοφότεροι από ό,τι μπήκαν. Να χρησιμοποιήσουν αυτή τη γνώση ως εφόδιο στον αγώνα τους, να ανοίξουν το δρόμο τους στον επιστημονικό και κοινωνικό τους βίο. Η ευθύνη του διδάσκοντα είναι επιτακτική εκεί. Τον κατευθύνει να γίνει ο καλύτερος εαυτός του, συγκεκριμένα για την ιατρική να διδάξει ό,τι είναι σχετικό με τις σύγχρονες ιατρικές ανάγκες στην κοινωνία και γενικότερα να εμπνεύσει τους φοιτητές του με τρόπο που θα τους κάνει να διαμορφώσουν τις δικές τους αξίες. Αξίες που θα τους ακολουθούν ώστε να γίνουν πολύτιμοι στη δουλειά τους και στην κοινωνία και που φυσικά θα οδηγήσουν στο να ευτυχήσουν οι ίδιοι ως άνθρωποι. Και εκεί αρχίζει ο αγώνας δρόμου του διδάσκοντα. Αυτός που είναι ο ειδήμων, που θα πρέπει να γνωρίζει καλύτερα από τον καθένα το θέμα που διδάσκει. Αυτός που χρησιμοποιεί τα εργαλεία διδασκαλίας που η εποχή και οι τάσεις αναδεικνύουν. Αυτός που ενδυναμώνει και έχει τεντωμένα τα αυτιά του στις ανησυχίες μιας γενιάς που ζει τις πιο μεγάλες στιγμές. Και συνάμα αυτός που, παραμερίζοντας κάθε εγωισμό, είναι έτοιμος να αναδιαμορφώσει τις μεθόδους διδασκαλίας του για να ανταποκριθεί στις ανάγκες των διαφορετικών γενιών και των επιστημονικών εξελίξεων. Αυτή ταυτόχρονα είναι και η ευτυχία του διδάσκοντα, να μένει πάντα ενημερωμένος και να βλέπει τους φοιτητές του να προοδεύουν. Ευχαριστώ θερμά τον πρόεδρο του Διοικητικού Συμβουλίου και διευθύνοντα σύμβουλο, Δ. Χριστόφορο Χατζικυπριανού, που είναι πάντα υποστηρικτικός σε κάθε νέα επιστημονική πρόκληση. Την κοσμήτωρα της ιατρικής σχολής μας, καθηγήτρια Ελίζαμπεθ Τζόνσον, για τη στήριξη και την καθοδήγησή της. Την πρόεδρο του Τμήματος Ιατρικής στο παράρτημα της Φραγκφούρτης, καθηγήτρια Ευθρέπη Κωνσταρέλη, για την ενθαρρυντική σημαντική παρουσία της. Φυσικά τον αντιπρίτανη ακαδημαϊκών θεμάτων, καθηγητή Λοΐζο Θησμεού. Τον πρίτανη καθηγητή Ανδρέα Ευσταθίου για την οργάνωση των βραβείων. Την κυρία Μάρια Τραμουντανέλη, το Τμήμα Ανθρωπίνου Δυναμικού του Πανεπιστημίου, τους συναδέλφους μου, καθηγητές και διδάσκοντες και φυσικά τους φοιτητές. Ευχαριστώ επίσης τους δικούς μου πάλιους διδάσκοντες που μου έμαθαν να εκτιμώ και να επιμένουν. Κλείνω με μια ευχή μου στους φοιτητές να διακριθούν και να αριστεύσουν. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Now, Dr. Konstantinos Drosos. Konstantinos is a lecturer in the Speech and Language Therapy program at our university, European University Cyprus, specializing in auditory processing and language development. And he serves as the director of the university's Speech, Language and Hearing Clinic. He has actively contributed to the writing and editing of scientific books, textbooks, and has also publications in international peer-reviewed journals, including publications that have been recognized as editor's choice. He has extensive teaching, clinical, and research experience in the field of speech, language, and communication disorders, with particular emphasis on new technologies in speech, language, pathology, and clinical supervision. As the panel notes to its decision to award the 24-25 Teaching Award to Dr. Drosos, Dr. Drosos' teaching combines evidence-based scientific knowledge with its application in clinical practice. It promotes innovation and quality in teaching within the field of speech-language pathology, and above all, his teaching is passionate, enthusiastic, and student-relevant. I now call to the floor our rector, Professor Andreas Evstathiou, and Dr. Eleni Moushi, Associate Professor at the Department of Life Sciences, the recipient of the same award in the previous edition last year, to give the award. I also call our awardee, Dr. Konstantinos Drosos. Please come to the floor. And it's time for your speech. Congratulations.
Αγαπημένοι μας. Ναι, είναι και αυτό μέσα στο χώρο. Αγαπητέ Πρόεδρε του Ακαδημαϊκού Συμβουλίου, αγαπητέ πρίτανοι, κοσμήτορες, αγαπητοί συνάδελφοι, φίλοι, οικογένεια, αγαπητοί μας φοιτητές. Η Μέρη Ελευθεριάδου ανέφερε κάποτε σε μία της ομιλία ότι η πηξίδα μας στο Ευρωπαϊκό Πανεπιστήμιο είναι οι γνώσεις οι οποίες αποτελούν στολίδι των φοιτητών. Και σε αυτό το πανεπιστήμιο, σας το εγγυώμαι, ήρθα πριν από 7 χρόνια και πριν από αυτά τα 7 χρόνια, από την πρώτη μέρα που ήρθα, ένιωσα ακριβώς αυτό. Ότι θα πλαισιωθεί η όποια γνώση θα δώσουμε σαν στολίδι στους φοιτητές μας για να μπορέσουν να προχωρήσουν και να γίνουν άξια μέλη αυτής της κοινότητας, να προσφέρουν με την καρδιά τους, βάζοντας όλο τους το χρόνο, όλη της την αγάπη, παρόλο που καμιά φορά μπορεί να τους θυμώσουμε, να τους μαλώσουμε, να τους κατευθύνουμε, να αναστοχαστούν στην πραγματικότητα, και είναι εδώ κοντά μας, νομίζω ότι μπορούν να το αποδείξουν, ότι όταν κάνεις μια σωστή δουλειά και κατευθύνεις τον άνθρωπο σωστά, θα νιώσει όμορφα και θα μπορέσει να προσφέρει αυτό για το οποίο έχει προετοιμαστεί, για αυτό για το οποίο έχει εκπαιδευτεί. Προσπαθούμε με πολλή αγάπη να δίνουμε, να προσφέρουμε και να παίρνουμε και εμείς χαρά μέσα από αυτήν τη δουλειά, βλέποντάς τους να προχωρούν, να δουλεύουν τίμια και όμορφα, τεκμηριωμένα πάντα, για να προσφέρουν το καλύτερο. Αυτή είναι η μεγάλη χαρά του ακαδημαϊκού, γιατί με ρώτησαν οι συνάδελφοι στην διαδικασία της συνέντευξης τι παίρνει ένας ακαδημαϊκός από αυτήν τη διαδικασία. η χαρά και η λάμψη στα μάτια των φοιτητών μας όταν εργάζονται, όταν συναντιόμαστε στα συνέδρια, στις ημερίδες, στην όλη διαδικασία και η προσφορά στην κοινότητα. Γιατί ανάμεσά μας υπάρχουν άνθρωποι που χρειάζονται βοήθεια και όταν για αυτούς είσαι εκεί με ανθρωπιά, όλα τα άλλα έχουν τελειώσει. Ευχαριστώ όλους σας που είστε εδώ, από τον μεγαλύτερο τη τάξη και της ακαδημαϊκής ιεραρχίας μέχρι και το μικρό παιδί που ήρθε και αφιέρωσε το χρόνο του και την αγάπη του σήμερα για μας. Σας ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ, με πολύ αγάπη σας το λέω. Εύχομαι Θεός ό,τι χαρά έδωσε σε μένα σήμερα και με τίμησε και με τη δική σας παρουσία όλοι οι συνάδελφοι που βλέπω εδώ, να είναι στα παιδιά σας και στο μέλλον τους. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Congratulations to the receivers of the Teaching Awards. Professor Loizos Simeou, thank you for your presentation. We now call Professor Panos Papagiorgis, Vice Rector for Research and External Affairs, to come to the podium for the Research Awards.
Dear Rector, dear President of the Council and CEO of European University Cyprus, dear Chief Scientist, dear Chairman of the Cyprus National Bioethics Committee, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. European University Cyprus places research at the heart of its mission and strategic priorities. A central element of this strategy is the continued strengthening and expansion of its research activity, with the aim of becoming one of the leading universities not only in Cyprus, but also in the broader region. Tonight's ceremony gives us the opportunity to honor two of our researchers whose work has contributed significantly to the development of research activity at our university in the recent years. It is with great pleasure that I announce the recipients of this year's Research Excellence Awards. Through their work and contribution, they help cultivate a strong and meaningful research culture, not only within our university, but also in our country. Taking this opportunity, I would like to warmly thank all members of the Senate Research Committee for their contribution in carefully evaluating all candidacies for these awards, which have been submitted through peer nomination. This evening, our university presents two Research Excellence Awards. The first is the Early Career Woman Researcher Award, which is presented to a female member of the academic staff who is at the early stages of her research career. It is worth mentioning that this award is granted within the framework of our university's policy on gender equality. I am happy to announce that this year's Early Career Woman Researcher Award is given to Dr. Jasmina Isakovic. Dr. Isakovic is a lecturer and acting vice chairperson of the Department of Medicine at the EUC Frankfurt branch. She holds a PhD in basic medical sciences and is currently pursuing a second PhD in elementary particle physics. Her research includes experimental and computational studies of electromagnetic fields in the nervous system and their links to neuroimmune mechanisms, including microglia, astrocyte crosstalk, with applications in translational neurotechnology. She has authored 16 Scopus Index publications, holds an electromagnetic field-based therapeutic device patent, secured 3 research grants, including 2 national and 1 European grant, and received several awards, including the Austrian Academy of Sciences JESH Fellowship. I would like to call to the floor Dr. Christala Antoniou, Assistant Professor in the Department of Life Sciences, recipient of the same award last year, and Mrs. Lukia Polygerinos-Chirkas, Director of the Human Resources Department, to come and give the award. Dr. Jasmina Isakovic, congratulations. Please come forward to receive the award and give your speech.
I don't speak Greek, so my speech is going to be in English. But good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's really a pleasure. Firstly, I would just like to say that I'm genuinely deeply honored to receive the Early Career Woman Research Award. This recognition means a lot to me because my path as a scientist has not been really a conventional one. My work has always lived somewhere kind of like between the disciplines. I began in physics, but then I was like, okay, but it's not really applicable. I want to help people. And then I moved towards medicine and neurosciences, towards the idea that physical principles can somehow be used to help us not only describe the world and the particles that surround us, but also help us in understanding the nervous system, in understanding disease mechanisms, and eventually develop new therapeutic approaches. This path has not always been easy to explain when I go around the world. Working between medicine, neuroscience, immunology, electromagnetism, my passion, my favorite thing in the entire world, and particle physics sometimes means that you do not fully fit within one box. But it also means that you can ask questions that would not only appear inside just one discipline. So for me, this award is not only a recognition of publications, grants, and patents, or any kind of academic milestones, it is also a recognition of the courage that it takes to follow a scientific direction that might not be a fully obvious one. And of course, also recognition to the people who support you while you're still building that direction. So with that in mind, I would firstly like to sincerely thank Dean Johnson. Your support, your guidance, and your trust have meant a great deal to me. It is incredibly important, especially as an early career researcher and an early career woman researcher, to have someone who sees potential not only in what is established, but also what is yet to be established. I would also like to thank the rector, the president of the council, the vice rector, the senate, and everyone involved in this award. Awards like this matter because they make visible the work of early career women scientists. They also remind us that excellence can take different forms, and that ambitious, interdisciplinary, and sometimes difficult to categorize research deserves space and support. I'm also very grateful to my family, my partner, colleagues, mentors, collaborators, and everyone else who has contributed to our work and challenged my thinking. Science is never truly an individual achievement. Even the most independent ideas are shaped by the conversations, encouragement, criticism, and the people who believe in them at the right time. So this award encourages me to continue building bridges between medicine and physics, between basic research and translational technology, and between scientific curiosity and real-world impact. So thank you very much for this honor. I'm truly grateful.
The second award for tonight is the Young Researcher Award, which is presented to a member of the academic staff who is at a relatively early stage of their research career, but have already demonstrated significant research achievements. I'm happy to announce that this year's Young Researcher Award is given to Dr. Konstantinos Giannakou. Dr. Giannakou is an assistant professor of epidemiology and biostatistics in the School of Sciences at European University Cyprus. Since completing his PhD in 2019, he has published more than 90 Scopus Index articles in international scientific journals, demonstrating a high level of productivity that exceeds the average for his career stage. His work has significant international impact and has contributed to the development of clinical guidelines. He exercises substantial leadership, frequently serving as corresponding author and actively supervising doctoral and master's students, while participating in European research programs. His research interests focus on the epidemiology of chronic diseases and lifestyle-related health factors, with emphasis on oncological, metabolic, and renal diseases, which have significant impact on public health. I would like to call Dr. Panorea Schiafaka, Assistant Professor in the Department of Life Sciences, recipient of the same award last year, and Mr. Dimitrios Kouridis, Chief Scientist of Research, Innovation and Technology, to come and give the award. Dr. Giannakou, congratulations. Please come forward to receive your award and give your speech.
Αξιότιμε Πριτάνη, αξιότιμε Διευθύντονα Σύμβουλε, αγαπητά μέλη της διοίκησης, αγαπητοί συναδέρφοι, φοιτητές και φίλοι. Η σημερινή βράβευση αποτελεί για μένα μια πολύ μεγάλη τιμή, αλλά πάνω απ' όλα μια υπενθύμηση ότι κανένα ταξίδι στην έρευνα δεν γίνεται μόνο του. Θέλω πρώτα να ευχαριστήσω θερμά το Ευρωπαϊκό Πανεπιστήμιο Κύπρου για αυτή τη διάκριση. Σε ευχαριστώ που με επέλεξες, με στήριξες, με εξέλιξες και μου έδωσες χώρο να δημιουργήσω. Ένα πανεπιστήμιο που σε κάθε στάδιο της ακαδημικής μου και ερευνητικής μου πορείας μου έδειξε έμπρακτα πόσο με πιστεύει, πόσο με στηρίζει και πόσο επενδύει στις δυνατότητες μου. Ένα τεράστιο ευχαριστώ ανήκει στους φοιτητές μου. Εσείς ήσασταν τα φτερά σε κάθε ερευνητικό έργο, σε κάθε ιδέα, σε κάθε στόχο που προσπαθήσαμε μαζί να μετατρέψουμε σε κάτι ουσιαστικό. Ιδιαίτερα θέλω να ευχαριστήσω τους μεταπτυχιακούς και διδακτορικούς φοιτητές στο πρόγραμμα της Δημόσιας Υγείας. Από εσάς έμαθα πάρα πολλά. Η σχέση διδασκαλίας και έρευνας δεν είναι ποτέ μονόδρομος, είναι μια συνεχής ανταλλαγή γνώσης, ενέργειας και έμπνευσης. Θέλω επίσης να ευχαριστήσω θερμά τους συναδέλφους μου στη Σχολή Θετικών Επιστημών για την εμπιστοσύνη και τη στήριξη που μου έδωσαν όλα αυτά τα χρόνια μέσα από τη συμμετοχή μου σε ερευνητικές ομάδες, σε επιτροπές διδακτορικών φοιτητών και ακαδημαϊκές συνεργασίες. Η εκτίμηση και εμπιστοσύνη σας αποτελούν για μένα μεγάλη τιμή. Ιδιαίτερη αναφορά θέλω να κάνω στον συνάδελφο και φίλο Δ. Δημήτρη Λάμνησο. Υπήρξε όλα αυτά τα χρόνια ο μεγαλύτερος μου υποστηρικτής. Σε στιγμές αμφιβολίας, πίεσης και δυσκολίας ήταν πάντα εκεί με καθοδήγηση, ειλικρίνεια και πίστη στις δυνατότητές μου. Σε ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ επίσης την οικογένεια και τους φίλους μου για την αγάπη, την κατανόηση και την υπομονή. Γιατί πίσω από κάθε ερευνητή υπάρχει πάντα ένας κύκλος ανθρώπων που στηρίζει σιωπηλά τις πολλές ώρες δουλειάς, την πίεση, τις απογοητεύσεις αλλά και τα όνειρα. Στην πορεία μου στην έρευνα μάθα κάτι πολύ σημαντικό. Ότι όσο περισσότερο μένεις σε ένα λάθος τρένο, τόσο περισσότερο σου κοστίζει να κατεβείς και τόσο πιο μακριά βρίσκεσαι από το σπίτι. Και δεν μιλώ κυριολεκτικά για τρένα. Μιλώ για συνεργασίες, για περιβάλλοντα και για ανθρώπους που ίσως δεν σε βοηθούν να εξελιχθείς, να ανθίσεις ή να παραμείνεις πιστός στις αξίες και στο όραμά σου. Χρειάζεται θάρρος να αλλάξεις πορεία, αλλά πολλές φορές αυτό είναι το πιο σημαντικό βήμα για να προχωρήσεις μπροστά. Θέλω να κλείσω με κάτι που πιστεύω για την έρευνα. Η έρευνα δεν είναι ένας δρόμος βεβαιότητας, είναι ένας δρόμος συνεχών ερωτήσεων, αμφιβολιών και αναζητήσεων. Η πίεση που εισπράττουμε είναι προνόμιο γιατί προσπαθείς να ανακαλύψεις κάτι που έχει αξία. Και τα λάθη δεν είναι αποτυχίες, είναι ανατροφοδότηση. Κάθε αποτυχημένη υπόθεση, κάθε απόρριψη, κάθε δυσκολία είναι μέρος της διαδικασίας της γνώσης. Να έχετε θάρρος να αλλάζετε πορεία όταν χρειάζεται και την επιμονή να συνεχίζετε όταν όλα φαίνονται δύσκολα. Να μην χάνετε ποτέ την ανθρωπιά σας μέσα σε αριθμούς, δεδομένα και δημοσιεύσεις. Γιατί η πραγματική έρευνα δεν μετριέται μόνο σε άθρα, δείχτες ή διακρίσεις, μετριέται με την ικανότητά μας να αφήνουμε ένα ουσιαστικό αποτύπωμα στους ανθρώπους, στην κοινωνία και στις επόμενες γενναίες ερευνητών. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Congratulations to those who received the award. Professor Papagiorgis, thank you for your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the evening ceremony. On behalf of the entire team, we would like to thank you all for your presence here to this special event and kindly ask all participants to join us for a group photo before the reception that will take place in our room. Thank you all.